Hey y'all, good morning. Today is our second full day in London. Yesterday had to be a full work day for Samuel, so we didn't really go anywhere. I just, went out in this specific area and kind of got a feel for it, grabbed some groceries, did some meal prep. So today is our first really exploratory London day. We're staying in Finsbury Park, which I think it's about like 2.5 to 4 miles. I don't know why there are two different numbers in my head, but something like that away from the city proper. So I'm excited to see what the city itself is like. I'm just gonna take some clips throughout the day and share the journey, document it for us in the future, and yeah, hope you enjoy. Started off our sightseeing by walking all around. We saw 221B Baker Street, the SOHO and Mayfair districts, cool architecture, the absurdly fancy expensive shops, and we popped into the oldest bookstore in London per Ruby Granger's recommendation, if any of you are familiar with her channel. That was neat to see. I'll link it below, and grabbed a quick lunch at a place called Joe and the Juice. It's like a chain to the area, and then we were in Trafalgar Square, which is very famous for a number of reasons. Saw the Admiralty Arch, built in honor of Queen Victoria after her death, and then we had no clue, but we were right near Buckingham Palace. So we walked down this long road, saw Buckingham, saw another sculpture in honor of Queen Victoria, or statue rather, and then we wanted to see Harrods, so we popped in there, and the food area in particular was just crazy, but of course obscenely expensive. And then lastly on this day we went to Vivo Barefoot. I was so excited for this because they don't have them in the States, and I got a pair of barefoot shoes. Hey y'all, today is day 3, or our third full day in London. We're getting ready to go grab some lunch and see some cool things, but I wanted to say yesterday we went to this place called Kew Gardens, which I highly recommend. It's this massive garden that was commissioned by some royalty a long time ago. It was into the 1700s or early 1800s, I believe. Someone who was really into plants over the years has created just this massive garden. This is such an oversimplification, but anyways, it's a beautiful place. We quickly realized that one day was not enough time to really appreciate all that was there, but we did our best to just take it in, and a couple things that stood out to me. Number 1 was the treetop walkway, where you are at tree level, you climb up all these stairs, and you literally get a bird's eye view of the gardens, and you can see into London, which is about 10 miles away, and it was just super cool. And then also Kew Palace, which is there, and Kew Palace was lived in, I pulled it up to make sure I get it right, but King George III and Queen Charlotte lived there when King George III was dealing with a lot of like mental and physical illness. Kind of a really sad story, but also really interesting. And we got to tour the palace, which I love that kind of thing. So that was super neat. And then we went for an afternoon tea at this place called the Original Maids of Honor. And that was, again, just a really lovely experience altogether. And we were starving at that point, so it was perfect. So today we are heading out to a restaurant called Dishoom, which is a famous Indian restaurant here. There are several branches. It's like a local chain, and it's been recommended to us by many people, both local and tourists. So we figured we have to go check that out, and then we're going to go see Westminster Abbey. We're going to see Parliament and see Big Ben today. We'll see if we get up to anything else, but as I have been doing, I'll just take a few clips to share them here. If we're being quite honest, Samuel and I were disappointed by Dishoom. The food was good, but it was overpriced and not worth the hype, in my opinion. I've had better Indian food for a lot less money, but that's okay. Then we made our way over to Parliament Square, and the architecture there was just nuts. It was all so beautiful, and we went to Westminster Abbey, of course, which we actually almost didn't do. We went to the outside, but almost didn't go in, and I'm really glad that we made the decision to do so. The clips just don't convey the majesty of it, like the depth and the intricacy of the interior in particular, so you really have to, see it with your own eyes. and they had, I think these were flags of all of the different, you know, houses, different families that were of significance. It was just crazy. That's outside Parliament, and yeah, again, it was really just breathtaking. Hey y'all, Future Sally here, realizing that I never ended the London video, the video that you just finished watching. So I wanted to hop on and say we did spend more time in London than the days that you saw, but I just wanted to document some of it, and then most of the time, honestly, just spend radically present, not even thinking about filming anything. So that's what we did, but we had a great time. It was cool to see the things that we saw. And I think probably our favorite part was just kind of like wandering around. So leave any comments, questions, concerns below. You know the drill. Please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, bye y'all.